situation, and that's what it's all about. Why can't we talk it out and say what's on our mind? Situations keep getting in the way. There's so much we need to say, but we're running out. I'm grateful today. I'm grateful today. I'm grateful today.
Okay guys, I've pretty much got all the elements in. There's a couple of places that I'm gonna have to check when I put it up right to see if I can fill in. And how I'm going to wire this is, I usually use floral wire. It's a little bit more sturdier and thicker. You can get it in different sizes. This is just like regular wire, but it's easier to wrap. So I'm basically gonna go through and wrap it. I'll show you that in a second. But here's my other second little bird, and he's gonna go right here. I have my center. Hold on, let me see what I did with it. Here it is. So this is gonna be my center here. That it's gonna go just above the bow, okay? I think there's another one. I'll have to look. It has 2 flowers in it, but in any event, let me show you how I make my bows. So, you can do a double layer, a single layer, a triple layer, whatever fights your fancy. I chose to do a double layer because I wanted that contrast again. Remember, this is Thanksgiving, and so the fall colors are just, when they're put together, are just stunning. And it really delineates from Christmas and actually Halloween. You know, Halloween gets a little dark sometimes, but Thanksgiving is the time where it's really truly autumn, and we can see the leaves turning in our own homes and our own neighborhoods. So I wanted to really reflect that with the bow as well. So as you can see, I think these colors really go well together. I got a wide, this is a 2.5 inch. It's sheer, but it's wired, okay? And then this is a 1.5 inch. It's more of a fabric style, but it's also wired. So I usually just drop these because they get tangled, and if you try to keep them like neat, it doesn't work because you're going to be twisting. So I'm just going to drop these to my side, let them go, and I'm going to, for as much as I can do it, straighten this out a little bit. Now, I'm not going to give this one a big tail. You can give it as long a tail as you want, and when I'm done, I'm going to cut these on an angle so they look nice and pretty. But this is kind of going to be my center. If you feel like you need a little bit more room, give yourself another like 1.5 inches. But what you're going to do is you're just going to kind of crunch it like this, okay? And before I do this, I'm going to cut a piece of wire. Hold on. Because my hands will be full, and then I'll have to cut a piece of wire, and it won't be fun. So I don't want to drop it, okay? Whoop. See what happened? I just planed that right out. Okay, so I'm going to leave my wire here. So you can see how I've got them on top of each other, okay? So I'm just going to bend this back like a loop. Can you see the loop? And I'm going to twist. So that top one, the smaller one, is going to be on the top. So you're going to kind of eyeball it, and you're going to lay it like this. Can you see? And then you're going to twist again. Now the second go round, you're going to give it a little bigger loop, okay? Not too much, but just a touch, just so it kind of is behind this one, so the shorter one's in the front, and you're going to twist. So you're going to repeat those twists there. Make sure it's, make sure you get the twist in. It doesn't matter so much if there's nothing in front of it, but if you don't twist it, you're going to lose that front ribbon, which you want to show. So I usually give it a good 3 or 4 loops. It depends how big you want your bow, how full. You can go, if you have a single layer, you can go 15, as long as your fingers can handle it. And so now you see I've got 3 going on here. Now what I like to do, it's a little odd timing, but I'm gonna give this here, do one more, because I want, hold on a second. See, when you get into the bigger, the more in your hand, you gotta fuss with it more. And then when I put the wire on it, I'm gonna squeeze this together a little bit so it's tight, and then I'm gonna twist it so the wire holds it, okay? So that's pretty much how I make all my bows. I'm very excited, guys. I actually went today and I bought a new pair of scissors. How many crafters get excited when they get a new pair of scissors? Because the kids, the husband, you yourself pick up the pair of scissors and you use it for something that you're not supposed to. And then you look around for it when you want to cut fabric or something like that that requires really sharp shears. And it's all, it's all just dull and you can't cut anything with it. Okay, so this is the makings of my bow. Now you can use a harder wire with this, it'll hold it better. And if you feel like it needs to be wrapped a little bit more, you can take another piece of wire to strengthen it, okay? So it's whatever your, oh, I almost picked up my shears to cut my wire. Don't do that. Don't be a Jennie. Because you'll screw up the shears that you have. So I'm just going to show you. It's not going to hurt anything. You want to just hold it in place. That's what I try to do. And then if I have to shore it up, I can do that. Okay. So this is the wire that's going to be wired onto your wreath here. Okay. So we have a pretty bow. Now, it's not so pretty yet because we're going to work with it, okay? You can pull on these to make them better. You can, the wire allows you to fuss with it. Once you get it wired to the, now you're gonna be a stinker because you're on camera, aren't you? Once you get it wired to the wreath, you can move these around, stretch them any way you want. Now, what I did with this one, I also gave it a center. So this is another floral trick that you can use. So we're just going to cut off a little piece. Where's that, about 6 inches? It can be even smaller. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a puff piece. So I'm going to turn this like this. I'm going to take another piece of wire, which I have cut, smaller one. And I'm going to make a little tuft Okay, you can do these with picks. If you have flower picks and you're doing an arrangement, we used to do these for kind of a filler. So this is gonna go into the center of the bow like that, all right? And it's just an easy way to give it some more dimension. So we're gonna wrap that tight so it stays. Okay. Always twist. Remember what I told you the last time, wire is your friend. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead, twist like you did last summer, right? And then this is gonna go here, okay, in the center. Got a lot of wires going on here. And, oopsie. And we're going to wire it into the bow. Okay, so it stays. Hopefully it stays. Okay. Now, remember what I told you? We're going to cut. Don't worry about this. We'll fix this when it gets on the wreath. So I'm going to take my trusty shears and I'm going to cut. Can you see this? I'm going to cut on an angle. I always like my tips to go to the center. Okay, so I'm just going to cut on an angle here. And then gonna eyeball it. If it's not exact, don't fret. Okay. So then this is going to get wired here. See, I didn't get that long enough, guys. Hold on. Remember, this isn't an exact science. I remember when I was in floral and I would be doing 60, 75 centerpieces at a time. And there's some that just go together like you're doing the same centerpiece. So if you're at a wedding, you know, you go to the centerpieces, usually there's a big piece on the head table. There's usually one. Sometimes brides will take their florals from the wedding venue to the reception. They'll use that, they'll double duty them. But on the tables, usually they're the same. Some brides choose not to do florals. We did a lot of candles. We did a lot of plants. You know, we did plants instead of actual cut flowers. So it really varies. But you do 75 of them, and like I said, all the flowers are different. You get a handful that are really good, and you get a handful that like, oh my gosh, this is not working. These flowers that I've got left are just not working. So as with everything creative, it's never, ever a done deal. Never gonna look exactly the same. And I think that's kind of cool, you know? You don't wanna be a cookie cutter. You want people to know that you're working with your hands and things are made individually, and pattern matches, floral matches, there's always little idiosyncrasies going on, okay? I had a wedding that I did, and the bride was getting married. Her parents had a very, very large piece of property, and the guests were being brought up by buses. So all the team, the floral team, we came up on the bus, and they wanted all of the flowers and the greens to be clipped and taken from the actual property itself. So she didn't want to pay for flowers. She said she had a big piece of property, and so we had to go cut. We had to go cut all of the greens. It was like eucalyptus. This was San Diego, so it actually wasn't too much different than my Texas here. But we took our scissors, we took our clippers, and we took all of the greenery that we could and used it for centerpieces. So naturally, we did not have, you try to add the same elements, but it turned out to be very, very cool, actually. And we wrapped the tables. We had table toppers that we would wrap, and we covered the bar tables with burlap. It was very cool. I mean, nothing says wedding like burlap, but it turned out to be a very, very sweet wedding. And everybody had a good time, okay? So everybody has their own style. So this is pretty much how we're gonna rock, okay? Oh, I forgot a little blackbird. Here's our little birdie. Let me clip him in here. Gonna set him in nesting in right there. I might have to glue him in, but let's see if we can. He has like a little, can you see it? It's a little snapper thing. So we're gonna try to get him to snap in there. Okay. Okay. And so that's what I came up with. There's the bow. Okay. And so if you put them side by side, let's see if we can do that. Hold on. There are going to be little nuances, and I'm going to add some more after I get off camera. And I'm going to add the other tie. But when you put these up next to each other, they're pretty dang close. Okay? So, I hope you enjoyed this. Let me put you back up here. If I can get my camera to go up. I don't do this often, as you see, and my setup isn't set up for actually doing this. So I have to futz with my camera, and let's see if I can make this stick. Just for a second till I finish. Where's my, oh, here it is. So I hope that you guys had fun. It's always cool to get your creative juices flowing. I'm also gonna add those little wood chipping things for me. Hold on. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Will that stay? It's not gonna stay. Let me come right back. I'm gonna fix my camera, hold on. Hi everybody, I'm back. Yay, I fixed my camera. Okay, so that's it. These are the wreaths that I'm doing for I did for Thanksgiving. They're all ready. They're all going to be put up. I'm gonna have my husband do that for me tomorrow morning. I hope you enjoyed it. This was just, again, another on the fly thing. Just thought that I'd share with you what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and add some of my Try Not to Burn Myself. I'm not going to do this on camera because I know I will burn myself. But I'm going to go ahead and tuck them in places that need a filler. Just have a little bit of contrast. And then we're going to be all set. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Like I said, if you have any questions, or if you actually would like to see me make something that I haven't made before, I'm always ready to give things a go. And I want to wish everybody a very, very lovely holiday, lovely Thanksgiving with your friends and family. Remember, it's about the thank you and the gratitude. Some days for crafters are tough. It's getting to the end of the year and we're tired. It was a long summer. Christmas is a big season for all of you. And I hope that you all have a very, very wonderful and blessed, blessed Christmas as well. But we're going to talk again. If you're a crafter and you have not if this is the first time you're seeing our channel, that's wonderful. Welcome to the channel. If you'd like to be on the channel in any shape or form, give us a call. We do a free show on Friday afternoons called Having Fun with J&J. Jeanette and I interview and talk with crafters from everywhere, all over, wherever you are in the United States. I have this creative conversation show, and I'm going to be launching a podcast as well. That's a free interview if you'd like to be on there. We also have the availability for you to be on the show and or have a commercial. It's very affordable, and we want to invite crafters to appear on the show, show us what you have, show us how you do it just like I'm doing it. I'm probably not even as professional as you are. I think some of you have some really, really wonderful ways of creating content with your product that I'm just out here doing it. But we're not looking for just cookie cutter, professional, overproduced. We're just looking for crafters who have a wonderful product and are really talented and skilled and want to share their product and let us market you to the world. Our channel's growing. We're trying to get as many viewers as possible, and we'd like to have you on there with us as well. So, gonna say goodnight, and again, wish you guys all a very, very happy Thanksgiving, and we will see you soon on the next Creative Conversations. Thanks.
I'm grateful today. La-da-da-da. I'm grateful today.
That's what it's all about. Why can't we talk it out and say what's on our mind? Situations keep getting in the way. There's so much we need to say, but we're running out.